everybody. I'm City Market Sue, and I'm here with Ahmad Alhabashi, owner of Habashi Mart here at City Market, and he's also our spice guru.
I'm the spice man here at the market.
Tell us a little bit about your history, first with the market. How long have you guys been here?
Well, we started this business just over 30 years ago. My father started this, and I was doing some accounting job here in town. So when my father passed away about 15 years ago, we decided that we need to keep this. This is too important for the community and for us. We've been really blessed with having this business here at the market, thanks to Sue and the whole staff here at the market.
It's a family tradition, spice dealing, right? So now, where did it all begin for your family?
Well, I was born in Jordan. I went to the UK for my studies, and then eventually I ended up at KU. And right after that, we started bringing the family over here, my father, the mother, the kids, our brothers and sisters. And we started this, and you know, again, we are blessed in being here at this location at the market, where we get people from everywhere, regardless of their origin or background. It's really a blessing having that combination, that mix of people here at the market.
So in Jordan, you grew up around, you know, like the souks, is that the correct
souk,
term?
which means
what
the
is
market. It is an open market. I grew up around like the produce, spices, knickknacks, a lot of different unique items you could find at the market. I think we are kind of duplicating this here at the city. We're getting there,
trying.
little by little, but it's looking really, it has been, you know, a nice change over the years.
Yeah, and I've seen pictures of how spices are sold there. And it's similar, but it's much more about presentation there,
Right.
Like,
We gotta show you the product. We gotta sample the product. It's the good old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
You know, here a lot of people really like seeing that. It is not often where you go to a market and see this.
The spices here are one of the most popular things at the market, and they're sold 7 days a week. On the weekends, they're outdoors in our walkways.
Except for Mondays, we close.
Oh, well, that's true, yeah, Mondays. Mondays are kind of our days off around here. We're a little sleepy on Mondays because the weekends rock. And then the rest of the week, we sell the spices indoors.
Right, I think this way they are cleaner, and people get to use what's inside. For a few times I had people here, oh, we didn't know you had this here and there. So it's nice to be able to kind of get exposed to our other products besides the spices.
Yeah. So while we're on the subject of shopping for spices, give us a little information about what you offer, and then I want some tips on how to shop, how much to buy, how to store. Okay?
Well, we have some blends that are really hard to find. For our steak seasoning is very popular. It not only goes on steak, it goes on other, you know, just about any recipe. You get these other like wellness herbs that we have that would really take care of a lot of issues when it comes like stress, nutrients, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, a lot of, you know, needs for wellness that we really are in need, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
But we have like, you know, different rubs for barbecuing. We have the like curry. We have 4 different Indian spices, which we sell a lot of too. I like spicy too. Middle Eastern cuisine is not as spicy as the Indian one, but we sell a lot of turmeric and ginger. People really are in need for that.
Yeah.
And it's the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the cloves, the star anise. Those are really spices that are really hard to find.
Yeah.
And they do make the difference.
And this time of year, it's kind of like we break out a lot more spices for our cooking, you know. As the gardens die down, then you start using more and more spice. So when you have spice, when you purchase spice, how do you store it? How do you keep it so it stays potent?
What I would strongly recommend is keep it in a glass jar in a cool area. Some people even put it in a cooler, but if you have it in a cool area, in a glass jar that it's sealed with no air go in, it should be okay for at least a year.
I've heard a lot of people will put their spices in a cabinet right next to their stove, and that's not a good idea. Even though you want it within arm's reach, it gets too hot. So
You do want that
cool
comfort.
and dark,
Comfort,
right?
yeah,
Cool
right.
and dark.
Absolutely, dark and cool should be, like I said, good to up to a year.
And airtight.
Airtight, sealed well, no air gets in there. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much,
My
Ahmad.
pleasure.
This was
My
really,
pleasure.
Really
I'm glad
informative.
you guys are doing
this.
this.
Is great.
It's really good for us and everybody else in this community.
Thanks for helping
My
us
pleasure.
spice it up.
Anytime. Thank you.
Hello again. Now we're going to look at some spices up close and personal with Diane from North Kansas City Hospital. She's a nutritionist and dietitian, and she's going to give us a little brief on some of the health benefits of spices you might get. Diane, we're going to start with cinnamon. We got to find it. So where's the cinnamon? Here we are.
Right here. So like she was saying, my name is Diane and I'm one of the registered dietitians at North Kansas City Hospital. And we're gonna talk about the benefits of using spices when you're cooking. So it's just, when you look at the spices, the colors, the flavors, it's so much fun to cook with them. Many times when people have to follow low sodium diets, when they have to lower their salt intake, I recommend all my patients to do spices in their foods, because that's gonna help reduce how much salt they add without having to sacrifice on flavor and just like making sure that their meals are still fun and exciting. Same thing, some spices like cinnamon are sweet, right? So the sweetness in cinnamon can help lower how much sugar you're adding to your own food and drinks, because you can add more cinnamon. Some of the benefits of cinnamon are that it can lower your blood sugar. So for people with type 2 diabetes, you can add cinnamon to your drinks or to your food, and that can help lower your blood sugar. It can also have protective effects in your heart, so it can lower cholesterol, triglycerides, and of course you need to take your medication. So it's not that you can take just the cinnamon and don't take your medication. So don't forget that you always have to take your medications. And that will be some of the benefits of cinnamon.
And cinnamon is also sometimes good in savory food too.
That's
I've
true.
seen it in a lot of
Like
recipes.
Meats.
Yeah, another one that kind of plays the edge on both sweet and savory is ginger.
Ginger, yes.
Show us the ginger.
So ginger, I see it over there. So all the spices are very high in antioxidants. So you know, antioxidants are just substances that keeps your cells from damage. So who doesn't want to protect your cells from damage? Ginger is one that is used many times because it helps with indigestion, nausea. Many times when women are pregnant and you have the morning sickness, you can take ginger and that helps with some of the nausea. It can help with chemotherapy-induced nausea too. So that would be a great resource for people who are going through chemotherapy too. But for people who have irritable bowel syndrome, that can help with the bloating, indigestion, and just like discomfort that many people get with those kind of medical conditions. So ginger is great.
And it's got a little kick.
It does have a little kick.
Kind of wakes you up. You know what else has a kick? Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne
It's over
pepper.
there. It's on the back row.
Already, it has a beautiful color, cayenne pepper.
Yeah, I'll try to hold it
It's
up
right
while you
here.
talk.
Yeah, and it's a little bit spicy. So I know not everybody likes spicy food, but cayenne has a really good flavor. And it's showing in some studies that it might help ease pain. So joint pain, inflammation kind of pain, muscle aches. It can help with memory too, because it has some protective effects on the heart. So cayenne is really good for any kind of like body aches, things
Just
like
a
that.
pinch.
Just
You
a
don't need
pinch.
a whole lot, right?
That's true.
And then we also, this is the time of year that we want to talk about cloves
Yes.
and nutmeg. Let's
Yes.
do those. They're over here somewhere.
Over there, yeah. So I see the nutmeg over here
Oh, yeah, whole and powdered.
and powdered. So many people like to use those for their drinks, right? The holiday drinks. And again, they have a little bit of sweet taste, so that can help lower the sugar that people add to the drinks, and it can help lower blood sugar. They also have antimicrobial properties. So now that we have flu season and times where you tend to get sick more often, it's good to add those kind of herbs and spices to your meal, so that way you can decrease the chances of getting sick.
And cloves. Cloves are right here, kind of the same color, but a completely different flavor.
A completely different flavor and completely different benefits too. They do have the same antioxidants that help protect your cells, but they do have some effects on your liver. It can be protective to your liver. It can help lower blood sugar too. It can help with bone health, make sure that you have strong bones, memory. So that's a really good spice to keep with you and use all the time.
Yeah. And then we have cumin, which we use a lot, not in so many sweet things, but now I'm looking for it. Here it is. Not in so many sweet things, but more like savory, entree-ish kind of things. So good.
Yes, so cumin is an interesting one because it can help with digestion issues too, diarrhea, things like bloating and discomfort. So that's great for anything that is just like people who suffer from a lot of aches and discomfort with your GI. But yeah, it might help with diarrhea.
Yeah, and you use it in a lot of Latin dishes, a lot of like, Caribbean food and stuff. And then we'll take it to the other side of the world where they use a lot of curry powder.
That's right.
That was my segue for curry.
Curry, yes.
Right?
Yeah, so curry, look at this beautiful color. When you cook with curry, sometimes the whole kitchen is this color too, so. But I like it. So curry is very interesting because it's a combination of many different spices in one. So think about it. If you get a lot of antioxidants with different spices, different benefits from so many, when you are using curry, you're getting the benefits of so many spices in one. So it has a great flavor. You can use it in meat. You can use it in all kinds of dishes. So
Yeah.
that is a great spice to use in your meals.
And you can get hot curry, you can get sweet curry. I've seen all different kinds of curry.
That's right.
They're fun to experiment with.
That's true.
Okay, our last but not least,
Uh-huh.
in fact, it's a really important one, is turmeric, but it's way over here. So come on.
The biggest bag.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Here it is. Talk about getting messy.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised that it's the biggest one in here. That tells me that people are buying this one a lot. And it's because there has been a lot of research about turmeric in the past because it has great effects in inflammation. So even exercise-induced inflammation, joint pain, any kind of medical condition that has to do with inflammation like arthritis and heart disease, type 2 diabetes, is great for any type of inflammation. So that's what I feel like that's one of the ones that sells the best because it's a big bag. But
Excellent. And there's so many more spices and herbs to choose from and to experiment with. But you're the encyclopedia of spices today. Thank you so much for sharing all your information. And in our next segment, we'll show you some easy spice blends that you can use this fall. So one thing that is really important to remember, especially when you're in the grocery store shopping for spices, is to read the label, just so that you know what you're getting and what you're about to consume. And a lot of the spice blends that are available out on the main market have additives that you can actually work around if you want to. This one, for example, has monosodium glutamate. Some people are really sensitive to that. This one has some anti-caking agents. So if you do your spice blends yourself, you can leave all that stuff out, you can control your quantities, and you can adjust it to your own taste. So I'm going to show you 2 spice blends today that kind of go with fall. It's the season. So a lot of people are making chili for Chiefs games and that sort of thing. So I thought, I have a cheat sheet here. I thought I'd show you what goes into a nice chili blend. And again, you can totally adjust it and make it your own. Oops, I flipped it over. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of chili powder just in a glass jar like Ahmad said. It's over here, excuse me. Oh, here it is. I'm using Chipotle chili powder because that's what's right in front of me right now. But you could use any kind of chili powder you want. And now I'm going for some salt. Teaspoon of salt, and some paprika. Anybody see paprika? Here we go. And we got all kinds of paprika. I'm gonna do just basic paprika. And then let's see what else we have. Oh, and some smoked paprika too, a little less. And some cumin, of course, cumin. Where's the cumin? There it is. There we go. All right, and then you can adjust it any way you want. You can add things you like. Put some onion powder in there, maybe some garlic, that sort of thing. We'll provide you with this recipe, and then you can, of course, triple, double, whatever you need to for the quantity that you want. Okay, this is your chili spice blend. Let's do pumpkin spice. Everybody likes pumpkin spice, right? That's like a thing. Okay. Pumpkin spice. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, so we're going to do cinnamon. Basic ground cinnamon. I should have made this one in the big jar because I go through this stuff. Let's see, some ginger. Where's our ginger? Ginger. Oh, it's back here. Got our ginger. They have ginger root too. You can grind it yourself. I'm lazy, so I use powder. Okay, nutmeg, and same with the nutmeg. You can do whole nutmeg or just regular. Good, smell it. Oh yeah, that's pumpkin spice. All right. And then allspice. We haven't talked about allspice yet. For a long time, I thought allspice, here it is in its whole form, and then here it is in its ground form. For a long time, I thought allspice meant a whole bunch of spices, right? All the spices you'd want. And then I found out it's actually a plant and a spice in and of itself. So maybe you didn't know that either. Just say you didn't, so I don't feel silly. Okay, and then we need some cloves. And I'm going to add a little cinnamon, just a little more, just to kind of balance it out. I like to pretend I'm a foodie. And then you give it a good shake. And you can put this on oatmeal, you can put this in your coffee, you can use it in your pumpkin pie recipes, whatever, it is delicious. And again, you can get the recipe in the City Market newsletter this week. Just go to our website, thecitymarket.org, and sign up for it, or you can contact the folks that run this class and we'll give you all the information.